Hello, greetings everyone, and welcome to Evil Genius 2 World Domination. Well, the game is coming out on March 29th, and Rebellion was kind enough to provide a preview key to this game to me so we can play, well, the first couple of hours for the campaign. And if you're new to Evil Genius 2, well, it's basically a super villain strategy game. Think about a James Bond villain island where we build up our base kind of on an island, and we provide, well, all the things that villains need to conquer the world, and also, of course, provide a good facade, a good face to the world by having, for example, a casino and hotels in the foreground. I really like this idea, I really like this concept. And yeah, we're basically going to start with one of the villains. Now, we do have 4 major villains in this game right now, and we can create a new one with that. And the villains, well, they each offer different campaigns. So there we, for example, have Maximilian, we have Red Ivan, Zalika, and Emmer, and each one of them has certain bonuses and their own storyline, which is really cool. So there's lots of content with those 4. More are coming after release. And we also have on top of that a big sandbox mode where you can basically, start and build whatever you like, how big you like, because this game is massive. There's lots of content behind it, and we are going to start with Zalika, Scientific Mastermind. With her, we have, well, the ability to boost science and research. She's got her own special biography there as well. The ends justify the means, and she never dreams small. And yeah, I like the comic style there as well. I think let's get cracking on a new campaign with Zalika. And if you want to purchase this game, have a look in the video description. I have an affiliated link, and you can get a special discount on this game and also, well, support the channel. But without further ado, let's get cracking. Let's choose Zalika. The next thing that we want is right away in an island. So we have 3 main islands available right now for our supervillains. Crown Gold, this one, then we have Montanus, and then we have Cane Key. And what we can also see, each one of them has different locations on the map, which is going to play a vital role because each one of them is close to some of their world domination objectives. Where we have, for example, with Crown Gold, we are focusing on North America and Europe more or less. With Montanus, we would be focusing more on Africa and South America, and with Kane, we would focus more on Asia and Australia. Now, I think we go with Crown Gold for now. We also get an outline of how the map is going to look, so each one of these looks different from the building setup. And bear in mind, this is only the first layer, right? So we get up to 5 layers, I think, at this point, so we can build some massive bases there as well. And what we can also see is that we have the forces of justice threat, so all the factions that would be attacking us from time to time. And Saber and Patriot is pretty high, obviously, because we are close to Europe and America. Now, there we also have some galleries of what's expecting us, but let's just get started. Yes, well, that's us.
Now use the rotate controls.
And there we are in the game now itself. As always, we're starting with a small tutorial that is running in the background, and we can already see what's going on here. So we get lots of space to build. And another thing is that what we have is... Oh!
Who do you think you are? Giving me instructions like that?
I'm here to help by telling you exactly what to do next in a friendly and helpful manner.
But you're here to do everything I say.
Correct. Step 1. Tell us what you want, and the minions will do it. We're eager to please. And also eager to live. Please stop looking at me like that.
New main objective
Alrighty.
available.
So he's going to help us a
Your
bit in the
lair
first
will be
steps.
much
We could
more
also
impressive
deactivate
once
him,
it
but
has
for
more
completion's
rooms.
sake, I wanted to activate
Open
him
the
too.
build
He's got a
menu.
nice storyline behind him too that is going to open up during the course of the game. And yeah, we have lots of space here, as we can see. And we also can see already where we want to have our super base, our super villain base, and where we also want to, you know, attract tourists and stuff like that to pay us money there as well. So we could have a casino and a hotel here then in this district, and then we have the dock station for the ship that will arrive here at some point. And on this side here, well, we have the helicopter pad for our operations. And what we can also see is we have 40,000 gold right now. We are playing on medium difficulty. If we play on high difficulty, for example, we would have less gold, of course. Alrighty, 15 minions we have, and we need to start with the first buildings available. We got lots of buildings. For now, we only built the Lair, or well, the vault, and this one is where we can have our gold.
We'll build your vault.
And let's just build this one.
Will increase the amount of gold you can keep in your lair. It's best not to leave your gold sitting in the open. Add a door to your vault.
So he's also quite friendly and is helping us with where we should build something for the first buildings.
Collected from the depot under the helipad.
And what is happening now basically is, well, first of all, with the other characters next playthrough, I would not enable the tutorial then anymore, but for now I think it's nice to see it. And there we have it. My minions are now starting to build, as we can see. And once they finished it, they're getting the modules that we want to build in the room from my helipad, where we have all our things stored. And the cool thing is about this one, we are going to unlock lots of items then for these rooms with research and decor and loot. And another thing is we can always expand these rooms if we want to, and just, you know, basically build more on top of that. That is pretty cool. Cool idea. And we're basically built this now. Secure the vault, and that's our first mission. And my minions are doing the job. And by the way, here we are. And as we can see, he's now getting the building modules from the helipad and is building our first doors and, well, gold pellets.
Available.
Now your gold is safe, let's add another room to the lair. Minions need to rest after a day of evil deeds. Let's build a barracks. Beds give minions places to sleep when their vitality or morale start to run low. Items can be rotated freely with the rotate controls. Items that need to be placed next to a wall will automatically rotate.
So there we have it, the barracks, our next step where my minions can sleep in. And another thing is my objective, so we do have different objectives in the game.
Small, frequent challenges. Collect this one now.
For example, we have now the tutorial as the main objective, then we would have some side stories and the optional one, world domination. 7,000 actually, that's quite a lot. Thank you for that.
Food is an essential part of any minion's diet. Without it, they'll become more unhealthy and less intelligent. Much less intelligent. Build a mess hall.
Right, so we're building 2 rooms now.
Restore minion smarts and vitality, and stop stomachs from rumbling.
This is being constructed, so they also need to eat something and we need to provide food, otherwise their stats are going down. So each one of these minions has, of course, different stats: vitality, smarts and morale. This is how, for example, how good or how productive they would be. This is how high their morale is. If it's dropping to 0, they would leave my lair and I would thus lose my workforce. And vitality is basically if we have foreign forces attacking and we need to defend ourselves, because this is also happening. Now, what I can also see, she got some traits here. For example, dog person, she lost all kinds of companions. So if we provide companions, she would be very happy about this. And she's a former hammer staff, so she might know something about hammer in the future. Very good. So there is that coming up now, the barracks and my restaurant, more or less. We have another objective, I think. Construct lockers in the barracks. Alright, I can do this too. So there we have the lockers. This one increases my minions capacity. I think that's always a nice thing. So let's just build 2 lockers here. And also my mess hall has been finished.
Objective available.
It seems we're low on power. Let's fix that before continuing. Build space for a power station. You can place this where you like, but be careful, as it will be a tempting target for enemy agents. Generators power items in the lair. Without it, almost nothing will function. Be careful, as enemy agents will attempt to sabotage your generators if they find them. It sure is dark, isn't it? Are you scared? No? Me neither.
Alrighty, and then we're building the generator now, and he's already said it. If there's enemy agents then coming to our base, and there will come, plenty of them, they would like to sabotage us, for example, getting the generator down there and, yeah, reducing our power. And I really like this, as the game is opening up more. We have 3-4 major aspects that we need to handle over time. For example, our, well, management, our world domination, our attacks and defense, and our facade that we have there, our charade. To provide to the world that we are normal businessmen. Let's just see, construct the generator, and optional objective we have as well. We have finished another one. And there we have it, construct the lockers, some 7,000 we get on the balance. Perfect. The generator is still now being constructed, we can speed it up. And there the generators are coming online.
Defeated agents lie in body bags on the floor, causing minions to lose morale if they get too close. Build an incinerator in your power station to dispose of them.
So whenever we kill someone, we can burn them in this incinerator there. Let's build it as well.
Available.
Open the character selection panel, then select the evil genius portrait to highlight and follow your evil genius.
So of course we can command our character as well. Oh, and by the way, if you lose the character, well, the game is over.
You need a control room to send minions into the world. Let's lay down a plan for one.
Alright, let's build a control room. So this is going to open up then the world stage for us.
Repeaters provide broadcast strength, allowing us to maintain criminal networks across the globe.
And as you notice, perhaps I'm leaving a bit of space between the rooms themselves, because that is, we can expand the rooms then.
Let's just infiltrate a little bit.
And then we got our first console. And with the console we have unlocked the world stage.
Each of the highlighted regions is an excellent place to start your journey towards world domination. Select a suggested region, or any other region if you know what you are doing, and scout it to establish a criminal network. You can speed things up by
so that's what we're doing now. We are scouting in Europe, and we're going to try and make our headquarters here first. So as we are a bit of a north, I would like to focus on Europe and America. And as we also can see here right away on these continents, that for example in Europe we got the Hammer faction, in Africa we got the Saber faction, in South America the Smash and the Patriot faction in America. And if we do schemes here and focus the scouting and the headquarters and stuff like that, then we increase our heat with that faction, and we, well, get invaded more often by this faction than later.
Once built, you can use our criminal network to run schemes in this region.
Now what is happening is that some of my minions are now taking the helicopter and are taking off to do this scheme. And as we can see, there they're flying. And we lost 3 people with that. We still have 18 in our lair right now, so that is fine.
I'm all packed, boss. Send me into the world, and I'll come back with
Come back? You think you're coming back? No. I'm not having you coming back here. Tracking justice all over the place like mud. They'll follow you right to my door. And then where would we be? Take a little gold for yourself, then send the rest back here. Use your share to live a quiet life. Or else.
She seemed quite happy about that.
The world and run any scheme you select. You will receive small amounts of gold as they progress.
That's right. So now we open up the first scheme. As we can see, we are now at level 1 for this region here. We can upgrade this one later then with higher tech. But for now, we have the first scheme that is generating us 5,000 credits. It requires 2 workers, and we can then launch it. And yeah, it's basically consuming another 2 of my minions. and they're doing the scheme and, you know, siphoning money out of this area.
Before questioning them.
Now, some of them will come back. Sometimes we will get prisoners, and for that I do need a prison cell. Let's build one, and I'm probably going to have another corridor here. Right, and then we could have the prison cell right... Oh, well, it's pretty tough. Let's have it here. Right, a bit hidden from everything, and there we can have it.
These holding cells hold 1 prisoner each. If you don't have any free cells, your minions can't capture people. Once this interrogation chair is built, we can use it to make prisoners tell us their secrets.
And that's what we want,
Experiment
secrets
with
and intel.
interrogating agents. You never know what secrets you will uncover.
So especially with intel we can unlock new tech and also weapons that we provide against the factions if they attack us then. So that's something to keep in mind. And let's just have a look at the world stage, where we have, yep, as we can see, we're funding or siphoning the first money here out of it, and this is going right into our pockets. The pockets, of course, are getting emptied by operations, by building, and wages. We also have to pay a salary to those people, and this is also draining it. So we need to be very careful about how many people we want to employ in the base. This one is being constructed right now. I can also do something else, and that is in the building for my control room. So of course we can play a bit outside the tutorial there as well, and build another radio repeater. This will increase our broadcasting strength, and with that we can have more operations at the same time. But of course it's also maintenance costs, so it's costing us a bit of money there, and energy. Right, we have 27 energy for now, and that's fine. Now we also got a few more objectives, I think. Optional, hire 6 more minions,
complete.
And construct an additional radio repeater. Oh, alright, there we have the main mission anyway, or the side mission for that. So I don't mind at all. And while this is being constructed, we also wait for the prison cell, as of course the mission is still going on in the background, and I think we have finished it. Yep. And there's the other one working now. Complete. And with that, what we can do basically is now we can scout another area, because we got another broadcast strength, right? So it's rather simple like this for now. Later we're going to need way more resources then to upgrade, for example. But now this one is fine, and we are losing 3 more people for that. And as we can see, there they are, leaving the base. Very good. Prison has been finished as well.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. Head to the world stage to recruit a scientist.
Well, we have to recruit a scientist.
Scheme. Special schemes are often highlighted on the world stage with colored signs. Keep your eyes open for these important schemes. So
as we can see, we are now opening up this territory for us as well.
The scheme will yield you a fresh-faced scientist.
And there we can now capture us a scientist. And he's coming back to us. He's a specialist. The problem with this one is that it's generating heat. So the higher the heat is, the more likely it is for this place to go on lockdown, and we can't do anything anymore. And the more likely it is also for them to, well, find me and try to get to my base. There we have it. Very good. So we need to be very good, very careful about what we want to do when. This area here actually doesn't have... it actually... Oh, there it is. Very good. Let's launch another scheme on this. This is actually generating 20 heat, but gives me 15,000 if successful. And the scientist should also be coming now. So we are losing a lot of minions there right now, because they're going into operations. Always very important to keep a track on what we have in the base and what we don't. Now energy we actually have quite a bit, but I would like to prepare a bit, and we can of course expand our rooms like that. So I could also expand it all the way to that side. And let's actually do this for now. We got invalid tiles. What is that? I can't do that right now, I think. Okay, we need to unlock it. And I think also... no idea why I can't do that. We'll just see why, and perhaps I need to unlock the tag for that first.
The mysteries of the universe for you, boss. What do you want me to research?
Interesting word. Research. Implies you're searching for something a second time. You better not be charging me for the same work twice.
Your new
Certainly
scientist
not.
appears to believe that we can use a training room to teach our slack-jawed minions how to do specialist jobs. Get one built, and you can find out for sure.
Alright,
Each
let's build us
specialist
a
minion
training room.
type requires a trainer of its own. Request a scientist trainer. Once built, you will be able to instruct your minions to train as scientists. Having more scientists will speed up future research.
And as we can see, building process is rather slow now since we don't have that many minions working here. That's a huge problem. So this is slowing down the building. And what we can do now actually is, since we have done the minion training, first of all, we could hire now more workers right away. So the basic one, right? It would cost us 8,000. But we can't do that because we do need more lockers for that before I can do this, before I can grow my base. What we can do though is we can recruit some scientists, and I think we should be doing... Let's recruit 2 of them for now. So once this one has been built, we can get these specialists up there. We have lots of specialists, by the way. So scientists are the first ones, right? And even they can then be further utilized and individualized. So that's pretty incredible how complex it gets later. I'm really excited to see all of that. But for now, yeah, the science trainer has been built. So our first basic worker is coming then.
New main objective.
And there it is.
Available.
With the correct training furniture built in your training room, you can request that your minions train to become specialists. Head to the minion training screen to request training of some new scientists.
And as we can see, they're being trained now here.
Your workers will start to train automatically. They'll learn faster if another minion is able to teach them.
Objective available.
Your minions will need somewhere to perform their research.
Now we have 2 of them walking around. Yeah, next up that I would need is a laboratory. So here we can really conduct in some research. And let's have it. I think let's actually have the laboratory then somewhere here. It's going to need a lot of space later, right? So lots of specialized items. And I think this might be a good location for that. And let's also have the door here.
It's essential for scientists to perform research. As we unlock more potent research, we'll need to provide them with more advanced equipment.
That's true. While that is happening, what we could do in the world map is we could get more schemes. Oh, look at that. My heat is really going up right now. We could reduce the heat by purchasing us a scheme. Everybody loves a good polka, and a certain curly-haired musician has decided to perform one about us. Conveniently, it's all about how nice we are and definitely not evil. This cost me 10,000, but it reduces the heat significantly. So let's do this one. And as we can see, it's working right away. And then we can perform more actions here again in the future if we need to. We can do the same thing here.
A scheme has succeeded.
While we continue building that. And what I also like is that every single one of my minions has a task or has, well, a daily life cycle. So they go to eat, they go to bed, they go to, well, other recreational activities. Once we provide the rooms for that, they go to work, so they have their own daily life provided and doing about their business. Each one of them has their own names, their own history, and yeah, we probably will lose a few of them in the process and gain a few new followers as well. And there we have finished the laboratory for now. And there's also the whiteboard coming up now.
New main objective available.
And with that, we can now open the research tab and go for researching.
At all the diabolical opportunities.
And as we can see, we do have quite a lot of text ahead of us, and even more text that we can unlock later.
Researching it. We suggest increasing your minion capacity, but ultimately the choice is
Let's
yours.
do this. Another 10,000 it
wise
costs
one.
us, and it increases our minion cap by 10.
Research takes time, and our scientists will let us know when it's complete. Head back to the Lair to continue your world domination.
And here comes to play my genius,
This ability
Zalika.
increases the importance and speeds of jobs within your area of influence. Move to a busy area of your lair, such as your control room, and trigger the ability.
So what we could do is we could trigger the ability now here. So immediately order science mission minions receive a bigger boost. And I think I like to do this.
Notice how your minions come running to help? This can be very useful when you want to give the productivity in your lair a bit of a boost. If your genius isn't in a busy room, try moving to somewhere there are jobs to be done, and try again.
And by the way, we have an optional objective here. 20,000 gold from schemes. let's just see. There is something. Let's launch this scheme. So we do get, or we do siphon money out of, well, Europe at the moment. Of course, this is going to attract enemies then in the future. But for now it's fine. And we are also having our first research. And inspire your minions, that's going up. Let's just have a look at the objectives. I think we do have, yep, radio repeater. We can use this one and complete a scheme, earn 20,000 and construct a generator is the next one.
New side story available.
Side stories are objectives that will unlock powerful additions to your empire.
Yep, and if that isn't enough yet, well then we have even more stuff to do, and that is the side
You should
stories.
start by learning about how guards work. Once you have done that, you can learn about new minion types.
And there's quite a lot of these side objectives.
What we need is a little more muscle around here. You there. How much can you lift?
About 70 kilos on a good day, 80 if I use both hands.
Uh-huh. And how many bullet wounds can you take before you give up?
1, maybe 2.
My point exactly. Get out there and find someone strong. Learn their secrets.
Many objectives require you to send different types of minions to run special schemes. Let's go to the world stage to get started. One of the highlighted schemes is near one of your criminal networks. You can send minions to complete the scheme now, or you can search the globe for an alternative.
So there we would have our special units then, so the guards that we can get. How much heat do we have? 27. Yeah, we can actually finish this one on time, because it's only creating 10 heat, right? Kidnap a guard would be our next scheme here. So there's lots of specialists, and the guard is one of the, actually the second one I think, that we can recruit now, kind of like to the game. So that is exactly what we should be doing. And while that is happening, how much money do we have? We are actually pretty full there anyway for our gold. Looking good, right? Having lots of gold there on the bank account. And I think we also have some additional missions there. So the guard trainer is our main one and also part of the side story for now. And research 18%, right? So these things are now working. We need to wait there a couple of seconds, and we'll continue then here in the next episode. If you enjoy this one, I hope you do. Stay tuned.